Good morning, everybody. Pastor Stitch, Narrow Path Christian Church, BC, Bay City, Michigan. Also the North Central Chaplain for Broken Chains, JC. Welcome to the Biker Devotional. Today is August 18th, 2024. We are looking at Proverbs chapter 18. I'm sitting here this morning and there's so much in Proverbs 18 talking about our tongue and how we speak and what we get from that. Talks about a lot about fools that use their mouth and get what they talk about without realizing it. But verse 1 of Proverbs 18 has this to say: One who isolates himself pursues selfish desires. He rebels against all sound judgment. It is Sunday, August 18th. My question to you is, are you going to get yourself to church? Are you going to gather together with other people that are just as broken as you and share your brokenness together? Or are you going to find a way to convince yourself that because they're broken, they can't be of any help to you? It's interesting that this verse here really does not address what we get when we gather up with other people. It addresses exactly the opposite. Solomon brings up the fact that if we isolate ourselves, we're stealing from the people we should be around. And the crazy thing is, we'll isolate ourselves from a certain type of people and surround ourselves by another type of people. And the way we do that, we do it so we get, not so they can get. You know, I learned a long time ago that getting up on Sunday morning and going to church, I should go with an expectation of receiving something. Absolutely. That's no different than any other day. When I interact with individuals like J.D. Zert, you said, "What's up, man? Appreciate you for being here. I can receive something from you. I can grow. I can learn from you." It happens just by interconnecting this way, right? But the reality is, that's not why we're called to be in community. We're called to be in community so that we can be of service to others. The one who isolates himself pursues selfish desires. And the reality is, you can isolate yourself by surrounding yourself with people that are selfish as well. Because if everybody that you're around is all together, all about themselves, then you're all individuals. You're not connecting as a community. Solomon reminds us that when we do that, we're rebelling against all sound judgment. So this morning, I'm going to challenge you. 2 things. First, as soon as you're done listening to this, cry out to God and ask Him to give you the strength to be of service today in community. And then I'm challenging you to get to church. And yes, you have time. It's only 8 a.m. on Sunday morning, Eastern Time. You've got time to get to church. If you're in my community, my area, Bay City, Michigan area, Midland, Michigan, Saginaw, Michigan, there are churches that meet at 2 o'clock in the afternoon. There's a church that meets at 4 o'clock in the afternoon. There are churches that have 6 o'clock services. Don't tell me you can't get there. Even if you're not watching this at 8 a.m., you're not watching live. You've got time to get there. And if you missed it, then there's a recovery meeting someplace. Get to an AA meeting. Get to an NA meeting. Get someplace where even if they don't want to recognize it in and of themselves, they've learned that they have to relinquish themselves to a higher power greater than themselves. And they will tell you it's of their own understanding, and yet they tell you they're expecting a miracle and that they pray to that higher power, and then they'll define a higher power as a tree or the group, and you know they're not praying out loud to that higher power, and they're not expecting a miracle from it. They're chasing what the true higher power is. And the amazing thing about the process is that God starts you where you're at. But if you isolate yourself, all you're doing is thinking about yourself. You're rebelling against all sound judgment. It's time to delight in understanding instead of wanting to show off your own opinion. I love y'all. Hope you have a great day. God bless.